So today we are discussing about sustainable development goals and we are seeing the important MCQs which can come in from these websites and from the information they had provided us. So basically the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals adopted by United Nations member states in 2015, and they shared a blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet, now and into the future. At its heart are the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which are an urgent call for action by all countries developed and developing in a global partnership. They recognize that ending poverty and other deprivation must go hand in hand with strategies that improve health and education, reduce inequality, and spur economic growth, all while tackling climate change and working to preserve our oceans and forests. The SDGs build on decades of work by countries and the UN, including the UN Department of Economics and Social Affairs. In June 1992, at the Earth Summit in रियो de Janeiro, 1992 में जो अर्थ समिट हुआ था वो रियो de Janeiro में हुआ था, Brazil, more than 178 countries adopted Agenda 21, a comprehensive plan of action to build a global partnership for sustainable development to improve human lives and protect environment. So basically, it was 1992 Earth Summit was to protect human lives and environment. Member states unanimously adopted the Millennium Declaration at Millennium Summit in September 2000 at United Nations headquarters in New York. The summit led to the elaboration of eight Millennium Development Goals (MDGs) to reduce extreme poverty by 2015. The Johannesburg Declaration on Sustainable Development and Plan of Implementation adopted at the World Summit on Sustainable Development in South Africa in 2002 reaffirmed the global community commitment to poverty eradication and environment, and built on Agenda 21 and the Millennium Declaration by including more emphasis on multilateral partnership. At United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development Goal Rio plus 20 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in June 2012, member states adopted the outcome document, The Future We Want, in which they decided, along all other things, to launch a process to develop a set of SDG to build upon the MDG and to establish the United Nations High Level Politician Forum on Sustainable Development. The Rio 20 plus 20 outcome also contained other measures for implementing sustainable development, including mandates for future programs of work in development financing, small island development, states and developing states, and more. In 2013, the General Assembly set up a 30-member open working group to develop a proposal on the SDGs. In January 15, General Assembly began the negotiation process on the post-2015 development agenda. The process culminated in the subsequent adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, with 17 SDGs as its core at the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit in September 2015. 2015 was a landmark year of multilateralism and international policy shaping, with the adoption of several major agreements. Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction, March 2015. Addis Ababa Action Agenda on Financing for Development, July 2015. Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development with its 17 SDG was adopted at the United Nations Development Summit in New York in September 2015. This is the most important MCQ. So, Paris Agreement on Climate Change, December 2015. Now, the annual high level political forum on sustainable development serves as the central United Nations platform for the follow up and review of the SDGs. Today, the Division of Sustainable Development Goals in the United Nations Department of Economics and Social Affairs UNDESA provides sustainable substantive support and capacity building for the SDGs and their related thematic issues, including water, energy, climate, oceans, urbanization, transport, science and technology, and the Global Sustainable Development Report GSDR, partnerships, and small island developing state. DSDGs plays a key role in the evaluation of United Nations system-wide implementation of the 2030 Agenda and on the advocacy and outreach activities relating to the SDGs in order to make the 2030 Agenda is a reality. Broad ownership of the SDG must translate into a strong commitment by all stakeholders to implement the global goal. The SDG aims to help facilitate this engagement. So, SDG Progress Report 2024. So, the data here is based on the global indicator framework developed by interagency and expert group on sustainable development goals indicators adopted by General Assembly on 6 July 2017. As we begin second half of our journey to 2030, signs of a determined, sustained global comeback have yet to emerge. On the track, targets are on green, moderate progress is on 18, marginal progress is 30%, and stagnation is 18%, and regression is 17% overall.